All right. Well, happy Monday to everyone and happy President's Day. Blair Ballin here with Living North Phoenix, and super excited to have Michael and Priscilla Sweet of Silver Rose Bakery. So thank you guys for being here.
Thanks for having
That's
us.
awesome. Thank
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. So I will say, when I started the group, or as the group was taking off last year, one of the things that I was told from other people in the group as that was happening was, we have to have you guys in the group, and your bakery and your goods are amazing.
Oh, thank
So
you.
so cool that you guys are here, and obviously you've brought some samples and product and all that stuff. So without further ado, tell us about Silver Rose and you guys and what kind of stuff you do.
Sure. You want to get started?
No, go for it.
Okay, so we started business a little over 4 years ago, and our primary focus originally was to be a celebration bakery. So kind of like catering, so to speak, only on the dessert end. So if you're having like a wedding, which as you can see is a big part of our business, or you're having a birthday, a shower, or something like that, we love to do the cake as well as small treats. Cake pops, it could be shooter cups, it could be even mini cannolis, which seem to be the real big popular thing right now.
Really?
Small little cannolis, yeah.
Because the other ones are just too big?
Well,
Or?
the other ones are like about that big. So.
In our opinion, they're just too big. We like everything mini, everything bite size.
Awesome.
We have a thing, it's mini is more fun.
And not to interrupt you, I apologize. For those of you watching, please chime in, say hello, ask any questions. Be excited to answer those. So sorry about that.
Yeah, so Priscilla is actually going to be reviewing the questions you have. So please put them in the comments. She's going to read through them, and as we get more towards the end, we'll definitely want to answer those questions that you have. So thanks for bringing that up.
Totally, yeah.
And one comment, Blair, they're saying that you're not in the shot, so you might want to come a little bit. And
I'm not important.
yes, you are.
As long as you guys are in it, that's what matters. Okay. All right, so I know just before the show started, you had mentioned some really cool stuff that you're doing, with opportunities for other people that can be involved in this also. So
Yes.
you can obviously explain that better than I can. So
Yes.
so to let the audience know what that's all about.
Sure. So recently we got approached from other business owners. Hey, can you do something with my logo on it? It's like cake pops or cookies. And well, yes to both. We can do both cake pops and cookies. So like we can do things like this. It's a cake pop with your brand on there. Perhaps even a cake pop with your brand and information. And then the other popular one has been cookies, sugar cookies with your brand and logo information on it as well. And at the same time that started, we also were bringing on more bakers. And our approach is a little bit different than, say, like a retail bakery. You go into a shop and you pick up some cookies. We work from our house. So we have a large room that basically looks like a commercial kitchen when you walk into it.
Yeah.
But we know that other folks probably have inspiration to do that, whether full-time, whether part-time. And we found that stay-at-home moms are definitely among those. They have the capacity at home while they're taking care of their kids to produce things like cake pops, cookies, and other treats.
Sure.
So what we want to do is offer that option to moms who are looking for opportunities for additional work to actually make these treats for the businesses within the community. So we definitely have those right now, and I can remember our one that we had that originally started with us. She's part-time, but she's doing so much work, it's not part-time. It's really full-time, but she went from, this is how it was, and this is what she, I remember her telling us was, it was around Christmas, and normally she gets a couple little stocking stuffers for the kids, and that's usually about it, and that's her Christmas right there. She got her first $50 from us. She said she almost cried, saying that I got to fill every stocking stuffer to the top.
Wow.
And she said that at the same time we're like, wow, we're just really touched. We have a lot more work for you. Are you willing to take it on? And she just said absolutely. And their kids got big gifts for once, and that's the type of impact that we want to make with the community.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. So a couple things there that you mentioned that I have some questions on. So
Yeah.
Sure.
with any of the orders that people have, what is there a minimum?
So we do have a minimum. So it is 24. So 2 dozen of any of the treats. It could be the cake pops. It could be the cookies. We don't charge to put your brand on there, like any kind of initiation fee or anything like that. It's really, you could do either a one-time purchase of 24 or whatever number that you need, or you can do a subscription option that we're actually starting up.
Oh, nice.
It gives you a little bit discount. We can deliver it to you, or if in some cases, I know we have one client that actually wants us to deliver it specifically to their clients, a little more of a charge, but it's a thank you gift that they don't really have to touch, but their clients get to eat.
Okay. Now with the people or the stay-at-home moms, let's say, that would be doing this for you. So before the show, you mentioned to me some things that they do that still keep the Silver Rose brand and product the same. So let the audience know what that's all about.
You want to let them know about that specifically?
Yeah, so the program that we're building out for the stay-at-home moms is it's very structured. You know, they would get the training, they would have to get their food handlers. Everything is very legitimate, and we would show them and help them how to create, you know, specialized custom products for other businesses in the community. I mean, that's really all there is to it. It's a very structured program that we walk them through it.
Yeah.
In the summer, that's something we're really going to focus on. You know, finding those people, because that's our slow season, is in the summer.
Sure.
So that's just something that we're just building out, and honestly, we're just kind of play it by ear, and hopefully we get some interest and really just work with those moms and create something really great
Sure.
out of it. Yeah.
So anyone watching this, whether live or after the fact, is it just as simple a matter as contacting you guys
Yeah.
somehow, phone, text, email,
Yeah.
Facebook Messenger, to say, I'm a stay-at-home mom, I'm interested, what are next steps?
Absolutely, that's really it. So definitely on Facebook pages, or even if you want to connect with us, you know, we're really early on to this. We love connecting with the community. You're welcome to friend us, and we can have a chat there. Email us or find our website and call us.
And what is the website?
So the website is really easy. So we're Silver Rose Bakery. It's silverrosebakery.com.
That is pretty easy. Okay. So now as far as the branding stuff, so you were very kind to bring me one of these with
Yes.
my logo on it. So I'm assuming, since you said at this point you don't create logos and that stuff, it's just the business owner providing you their logo,
Yes.
and then you
Yes.
attaching it to whatever product you have.
Yes.
Yes, it's just giving them giving us permission to use their logo on the product,
Okay.
and then we just basically create their treat of choice.
Okay, cool. So you obviously brought a wedding cake here, so you do wedding cakes.
Yes.
So tell us and the audience about like some of the neatest wedding cakes you've done, or any of the design or products or anything.
Sure. So wedding cakes kind of was our first love. That's kind of what launched Silver Rose Bakery.
Yeah.
This is our specialty. We specialize in wedding cakes and mini desserts.
Yeah.
For weddings. So we kind of focus on the larger parties. Particular fun wedding cakes. Gosh, I can't really.
So we did a 7-tier
Seven
cake.
tiers would probably be our largest.
That's huge.
Yes.
And it was a unique one because if you look at the cake, it's actually very vertical. It's not like it stacks up.
Uh-huh.
It's very narrow, and so the cake like that, because of how they structured, there was a lot of separators between the cakes. So it feeds about 150 to 175 people. That particular cake.
Yeah.
A true 7-tier would probably feed about 250 guests.
250. Yeah.
So we're like, cool, let's do it. Since no one else can seem to do it, we'll do it. And then, but that was the end of our consultation time with the bride and groom.
Uh-huh.
That was also like 6 months later. So 6 months earlier, they actually had contacted us for their dessert table. We were going to be their dessert table bakery,
Uh-huh.
but that was it. And then we got contacted by them. We're like, yeah, just a couple of things we want to clarify. First, you only have 50 guests in your guest count.
Yeah.
And yes, we're going to have 50 guests, and there was going to be 50 guests. That's how it's going to be. There's not going to be, meaning that you cannot just not show up. You're invited, you show up.
Right.
They had 50 guests, but they had tons of desserts and cake left over. So since we were the ones that did the cake cutting, they purchased that service on top of it.
Uh-huh.
We were able to box all of it and give it all out to
Oh, wow.
everybody.
Yeah, nice.
So everybody got to eat at the wedding and then take some home.
Yeah.
I think really what he's trying to get at is, you know, if you're a bride, you want what you want for your wedding. You know, we're not going to turn you away or say you don't need that.
Right.
It's, you know, if you want, let's work with it. Let's try to get it in your budget.
Sure.
And that's how we work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't even notice this earlier, and I apologize, but the Silver Rose, obviously you guys are the Silver Rose Bakery. How'd you come up with that?
So before we get to that, no, we were never going to do Sweets Bakery or anything. I call that foo-foo, and I don't like foo-foo.
Right. Our last name is Sweet.
Right.
So people always ask, you know, oh, why didn't you call it Sweets Bakery? Well, there's more to that, but.
I just think it's too corny, but that's me. So Silver Rose, the sweet coat of arms has a rose at the bottom that's white with a silver outline on it. Technically called a silver rose, to me I thought it was a white rose because it's white, but I guess the outline is what matters. Mm-hmm. And so I took that emblem, and being a big fantasy person, I turned into the our house sigil, the Silver Rose.
Yeah.
So some of the other business names I have are Silver Rose something. And so I decided that Priscilla wasn't on board 100% at first, but after a while understanding what we were going after, she took it far further than I thought about taking it.
Mm-hmm.
So props to you on that one. So Silver Rose, it's meant to be elegance, it's meant to be non-specific, and also meant to be open. So it can be open for interpretation because at the time we were very early on, we loved weddings, but was there something else that we might be focused on too?
Sure.
So we let that broad name allow us to be open to what Silver Rose would become.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Any comments come up that we can, or questions I should say, that we can?
No questions. There's a little bit of delay on the video, so
Oh, okay. All right.
check it out.
So related to what you just brought up, so walk us through what started all of this, and where you see it going. I mean, I know you've mentioned the stay-at-home moms and looking to expand for that, which is awesome, but walk us through, you know, when you first started this, what made you do it, want to do it, and where you see this going.
Absolutely. So how'd this start?
Long story short, or we could go for hours. So, I mean, Michael and I don't have any baking history at all, okay? I don't have any culinary training in pastry. It's just been a love of mine. My mother baked, my grandmother baked. I was always in the kitchen. I got my hair cut in the mixer when I was 8 years old. So how I ended up opening a bakery, I have no idea, working around mixers 24/7. So it's just kind of always been in my blood, so to speak. So one day, I mean, my background is retail. I spent 20 years in retail management. So, you know, training team members, you know, increasing profit margins for somebody else.
Yeah.
Right. So I got a chance to do my first wedding. Loved the whole experience. It was stressful as heck, but I said, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so then I kind of quit the corporate world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Michael as well, also.
Yeah, so I actually quit about a year and a half earlier. I was done. So I started in a startup, and I worked my way up into billion-dollar corporate. And, you know, I'm the boss. That's how it needs to be.
Sure. Entrepreneurs.
So, yep.
Yeah.
So my background is actually software product management. I'm the guy that understands the business need and gives technology team enough understanding to do it in technology terms, and then take what they say and translate it into business English.
Yeah.
So I did that for about 12 years, and I love it. I still know how to do it. Actually, we've been talking with some software developers for our website and stuff like that. So their lingo makes a lot of sense to me.
Right.
But it was so I told Priscilla, when you're ready to go, let's start Silver Rose Bakery full time.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, with a last name like Ballin, I'm still waiting to be a basketball player. So
Right?
maybe one
Go
day.
for it.
Very cool. So where do you guys see this going? I mean, whether it's amount of products nationwide, locally, what are the goals there?
The main goals for this bakery is to improve the lives of stay-at-home moms through allowing them to have opportunities to be what we call independent bakers. We want them to feel like they can own a business that doesn't require them to have a $4,000 overhead per month. They can do it from home. They can take care of their kids and raise them the way they want to raise them. Whether it's they're doing celebrations or they're just being producers and producing things like this and then having others pick up to deliver. That's really what we want to do. So it's about helping the community while also delivering a fantastic product.
So is that modeled after any other thing, or did you guys just come up with that vision? Yeah, that's so cool.
It kind of just fell into place.
That's
it really
awesome.
just did.
That's really
we found
cool.
the opportunity with the gal that's working with us now, and she was so appreciative of that opportunity.
Yeah.
And we said, hey, maybe we're onto something here. Maybe we should open this up a little bit more, of a bigger audience.
Yeah.
And it just feels good to kind of give back. And I mean, there are some talented bakers out there, but they don't have the means or the time to start a business, or don't want everything that comes with starting the business. I mean, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
So we're basically saying, don't worry about the business side. We will take care of that. We want you to do what you love, whether it's decorate cookies or make cake pops or make cakes.
Yeah.
And let's just deliver sweet experiences all over the place.
Well, and the reality is that's so clever, and it's so awesome and so helpful. I mean, society seems like we're going that way for so many things, whether it's Uber or whatever. And I'm not saying that this is simple as Uber, but I mean, you're providing the overall structure for someone else to come in and keep in line with Silver Rose while that product and service is being delivered, but allowing them a chance to do it, which is so cool. So,
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
That's
right.
awesome.
We definitely want brand ambassadors, so to speak.
Yeah.
And they'll, we'll train them and we'll teach them how to do, if they want to improve their skills. Continuing education for both of us is big. So we definitely want to make sure that they get that. I mean, we would like to think it's a long-term commitment for
Sure.
someone like that. And then, and they don't have to worry about the stresses of the accounting and the bookkeeping and the pricing and then all the business stuff.
So just curious, since you said that, so, and forgive me for either the stupid question or being naive,
Sure.
but, so you mentioned continuing ed. So is there continuing, are there classes to become a baker and all that stuff, or is it just kind of
Absolutely.
required or willy-nilly, or how's that work?
So right now it's YouTube. Yeah, so YouTube can teach you everything. I learned
That's
how to
true.
take care of plumbing. So what we want to create, and this is going to be a little bit more down the road for us, is create a continuing education process that's one, baker focused, and two, baker business focused.
Awesome.
Because we know that a lot of the moms will not have that capacity to open up a full-time business within their house.
Sure.
But having enough part-time, perhaps even full-time work where they're just production is for them the world.
Yeah.
Then there's going to be those other ones, which we do have, that they see the sky as the limit. They want to be the owners of their bakery.
Yeah.
And they want to go and deliver cakes and set up dessert tables and do all that stuff. And so, but they need the business know-how and what I call the non-cupcakes and unicorns side of the business, which means the stuff that you actually do to win over business and be successful.
Right,
Yeah.
sales and marketing and all
It's
that
huge.
stuff. Yeah.
There's one thing that we didn't cover. I think it's important. Two things. First is, why are we doing this? That's a good question to ask. And I'm kind of a big Simon Sinek guy when it comes to the why part of it.
So why are you doing it?
So why is because to truly provide a sweet experience so those celebrating leave with cheerful memories and lasting smiles.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And number two, did you know that a portion of our sales actually go to nonprofit?
I did know that.
So what we do is we do give a portion of our sales to the Child Crisis Arizona organization. So we got connected with them, I think it's about almost 2 years now.
Mhm.
And it's been a wonderful organization to
Yeah.
support.
So cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I had a question there. So I just drew a blank on the names, but do you guys watch any of the like baking shows on what's my daughter?
The Great British Baking Show and Cake Wars and Cupcake Wars and
Yeah, there's one other one that
there's
my
one in
daughter.
particular you're thinking of.
Yeah, my daughter really loves. I think Jacques is a baker on it, but anyway, I'm sure there's a lot of Jacques.
That's the seasonal one, right?
Yes.
Yes, it's a bake off of some sort, where they have to kind of.
I want to say nailed it, but that's not.
No,
Is
not
that?
nailed it. Not nailed it. Please, not nailed it. I have the shows I like, not that one.
I mean, I know it's a joke, but it's funny.
It's hilarious.
It's entertaining.
It's
for sure.
Yes, but some of those, and even or Cake Boss, like going a ways back because he's been around for a while.
Yeah.
It's just it's so interesting. You know, prior to that show, like, I mean, obviously I know what a wedding cake is, but I never could have fathomed what these cakes that people come up with, or the cake pops that are like I never heard of until probably a year or two ago.
Mhm.
I mean, I knew you could come up with different designs and whatever. It just seemed like it took off and provided for so much more to those wanting a cake or a sweet or whatever. So
Yeah. The industry is definitely branching out into just traditional wedding cakes or traditional dessert displays. And that's something that we love to do, be creative.
yeah,
We always love to, build a relationship with our clients, our wedding clients, get to know them, create a cake that's unique to them, that tells their story,
yeah,
and that fits the vibe of their wedding. I mean, it's a total experience.
totally, yeah, cool.
All right, there's one show that I would say you gotta watch, and it's not show, it's actually YouTube. You watch it. I just sort of over here, and I think it's kind of funny. It's on YouTube. Man About Cake.
Oh, Man About Cake.
Man About Cake.
Yes.
That guy is hilarious.
Yes.
Good to know.
Yes.
Anything come up question wise, or anyone saying hello that we can acknowledge?
Yeah, Adam Johnson is watching, Sandy Lee Giller is watching, Chaz Karaki, Michelle Capone and TJ Thompson, thanks for chiming in. Hey guys.
Thanks, guys. Hello.
And how are we doing on time?
Take her good, we're at 22 minutes.
Cool. So you mentioned earlier your website and a couple of the social media channels. So if someone outside of the silverrosebakery.com, if someone wants to get a hold of you by phone, are you comfortable sharing your number?
Yeah, so feel free to call or text to 623-499-2222.
And I see Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest.
Yes.
What is it? All Silver Rose Bakery is the username, or
Yes,
okay.
Silver Rose Bakery, at Silver Rose Bakery on all
Okay.
of those.
And I'm assuming on each of those channels, there's different examples of cakes and designs and stuff you've done. So if
Yes.
someone wants to see the amazing creations, they can go
Yes.
there and check it all out. Cool.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up here, anything else that you'd like to share? More contact information, cool stories, anything like that?
Another side gig would be just this right here, cake toppers. We do make them. That's a separate business of ours, Cake Words.
Okay.
And you can find that on Etsy.
Okay.
So that's just another thing we do. So we're a one-stop shop for wedding cakes.
So
Book out 1 to 2 weeks in advance. We're already booking weddings for 2021.
okay.
So it really is just on a case-by-case basis. Yeah, and depending on the complexity of the order, how many guests you're having, where and when it is.
And someone can come to you with the design they have, as well as you come up with the design.
Oh, absolutely.
And or just a meeting of the middle with them saying, this is what I want, but then you saying, here's what I come up with, and then mixing the two together?
Absolutely.
All
Most of
three
the
of
time,
those.
most of the time we go off of an inspiration that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
I
cool.
would say definitely follow our Facebook page. Follow us on YouTube. We don't have anything on there except for one video right now, but we are actually planning to do some webinars to discuss that point specifically. what should brides keep in mind, or if you're just doing other celebrations like just desserts, what should you keep in mind? What's good for your guests? When should I contact a bakery, especially one that's non-retail, not doing mass production of cupcakes or something like that, so that you're prepared for your celebration, but also know what questions to ask as well. So definitely follow us on those.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know earlier you mentioned that you have a kitchen in your home that you make these all out of. Is there a plan to get a commercial storefront, or because of the overhead, stick with what you have, or you don't know yet, or?
We definitely have plans for a commercial kitchen. It will not be a retail style kitchen. It will be primarily a production facility.
Nice.
Right, for all of our independent bakers
Sure.
to bake out of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we've gone over contact information, what
Yep.
you guys do, the vision. Anything else that you'd like to cover?
Well, we can go on for, there's so much
Let's
to
stop it.
consider with planning a wedding, but yeah, typically for wedding cakes, 3 to 6 months,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You can always book your tasting online. We also have an online booking. So our tastings right now are still available for in-person, for private ones at your residence. We are actually going to be slowly increasing the price on that and moving towards an open tasting events at different parts of the valley. So if you are thinking about ordering something but want to try it out first, definitely do it now while it's still a decent price.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys being here.
Thank you.
This
Blair,
was
this has been awesome.
Yeah, this has been fun. I can't wait to have this. And my wife and daughter, they've been anxious all day to
Aw.
try it. So
Oh, goodness.
I appreciate you guys coming in. Everything you're doing, I think it's so awesome that, you know, you're amongst many things that you're also providing for others an opportunity that
Yes.
they might not have otherwise had with the stay-at-home moms, but then also in addition with the giving back to the Child Crisis Center. Is that the correct name? Okay. Yeah, so obviously it should be about community, and sometimes people forget that. You guys haven't, so that's totally awesome. So,
Thank
and
you.
obviously one of the reasons why, as I mentioned earlier, everyone was so excited and mentioning to me that they wanted you in the group, and here you are. So,
Thank you for that.
yeah, absolutely. So, as always, we're here Mondays at 4:30 Phoenix time. I want to thank all of our sponsors, including Adam Johnson, as you mentioned earlier, of Duty Defense, who's been an awesome sponsor, was on a previous show, runs a fabulous company with what he does. So again, thank you for being here. Tune in every week, and can't wait to have this. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Blair.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.